What's up, my crew members? My name is Andrew from the Superherocrew. Welcome to episode 9 of Comic Talk. This is the show where I talk about the comics that I decided to get this week. And today, we're talking about Wonder Woman number 39 and Doomsday Clock number 3. So let's talk. Alright, so let's talk about Wonder Woman number 39. This is part 2 of the Swan's Song arc, and it also expands on Darkseid from the Children of the Gods arc with that whole situation with Darkseid and Grail, which I was surprised about. I thought they would put it into like a Justice League book or have it as some kind of maybe some kind of event, but no, they're actually continuing it in here. So we know that Darkseid is trying to get the relics so that he can be essentially all-powerful, because that's all he wants to do. And Darkseid and Grail are chilling out in like an Amazon temple, and they have, you know, parademons flying around, and then we see the female Furies, and he sends them to go and get the last relic that Steve Trevor and a bunch of like soldiers are guarding and getting ready for the female Furies. Then we see Jason looks on the TV that sees that the Silver Swan and Wonder Woman are fighting, and he goes there, and he basically tries to fight her, but doesn't work out, and Silver Swan slits his throat, and we don't exactly know if he's dead or not. And then there's a whole big explosion because Wonder Woman cut the Silver Swan's one of her wings, and I guess it explodes, and then Wonder Woman, Silver Swan, and Jason, they all fall, and that's how the issue ends. I was very surprised to see Darkseid back again in this issue because I thought that arc would be over, but I guess they're continuing what's going on with him, and they're also doing the Silver Swan arc, which I don't see how they connect, but maybe they connect or maybe they don't. It seems like there is no reason to have the Silver Swan, that whole situation that, you know, she was her friend, she saved her, Wonder Woman visited her, but then she got annoyed because she stopped visiting her, and it's like that whole thing in the last issue. So, for Wonder Woman number 39, I would have to give it an 8 out of 10.
Alright, so Doomsday Clock number 3 is out. We start off with, it's actually cool because the comedian, it starts off where it's the flashback to the original Watchmen, because when Ozzy throws him out the window, and he's all of a sudden transported into some other place. We don't know what that is. We're assuming it's modern day Gotham. And it's cool because it seems like Dr. Manhattan steps in and does something, and this issue, the comedian actually gets his revenge against Ozzy, beats him up, and then actually throws him through a window. He tries twice, and the third time he actually throws him through the window, hits the floor, whatever happens. Lex Luthor is in the hospital because he got beat up by the comedian. And then the coolest thing is Rorschach meets Batman, and that was the last issue. So now it expands on that. He's reading the journal. He says go upstairs. He reads the journal. He tells Rorschach, I know where Dr. Manhattan is. Brings him to Arkham and locks Rorschach up, and Rorschach's like, I'm going to kill you, I'm going to eat your eyes. Oh wait, I'm going to apologize, this and that. And he's nuts, and the issue ends. But you have to read the thing afterwards, because what happens is you find out that Rorschach is actually a black guy, and he's not, obviously not the original Rorschach, but I thought he could have been, because if they're bringing back the comedian, why can't they bring back him, even though he's destroyed, he was blown out, but Dr. Manhattan could probably bring him back if he really needed to. And he was a fighter that got married 3 times. Now what you have to do is, it doesn't reveal that, but you have to go to the very end of the issue, and then they have the newspaper thing, and they just say that he's a boxer that was married 3 times. And that's it. And then also the 2 clowns that we find out, you know, we don't know who they are, but they're very powerful, and they're going to meet the Joker, and that can't be good.
And I like the mime guy has like he's like dude, he's like this, and he shoots a guy in the face because it's like, I guess he's got a gun that's like see-through.
It's either
or whatever,
either that, or he has some kind of power that he can summon something and he make the gun.
Yeah.
Because there was a thing where he shot it. He pointed at the guy, then he cocked it, and then after he shot, the flare revealed some of the gun, but you could see through it. So who knows what his power is? So
who knows if he even has any powers? He
yeah,
could just be like just
it's
some guy with
just mind control, and it's almost kind of like Green Lantern's ring. You know, he brings up a construct. So it was cool, and she's bad. She gets some kind of piano wire, and she's just cutting things, and you know they're really strong. So we have 3 distinct storylines going on.
Yes.
So very, very, very. The art was awesome.
Yes, art is so good. It's fantastic. What do you think about it in general, though?
It's good. It's leading up.
This is really.
If
really
you
good.
read the original Watchmen, though, it was like this. It was kind of a slow build. It wasn't like lots of action and lots of this. It was more drama, more this, more that, and then there was action, and then but it was like, it wasn't like, all right, we got to fight we have to fight a bad guy now because that's what the comic needs. There were a lot of dramatic moments in it where it works out.
Yeah.
You know, it's turning out to be really good.
And the old guy in the retirement home that we keep seeing, I believe, I'm not sure exactly, but he might be a member of the Justice Society, because right now in Rebirth, or the new DC universe, because Rebirth ended, but in the new DC universe, the Justice Society doesn't exist. Because in The Button, which was the prequel to this, where Batman and Flash were doing stuff with the comedian's Button, Jay Garrick showed up, and he was like, "You need to remember who I am, Barry." And Barry's like, "I don't know who you are." And then Jay Garrick disappeared. You know, so the Justice Society basically doesn't exist. But I think like he is. I think he's like one of the members of the Justice Society. I don't remember his name, but I think he might be.
You know, I thought that he was the original Owl. That the new Owl took over for. He took his persona over. Remember in the book and also in the movie, they went to go visit him. He went to visit him a few times, and he brought Silk Spectre with her. Yeah. And it's like, oh, you're a lovely lady, this and that. And I think it might be that. So now he's starting to go a little, maybe dementia, and he's waiting for, I'm waiting for my son and his daughter to show, his wife to show up. And I don't know. That's I thought that might be him, because that would be like a twist turn.
That could be him
universe.
Too. Yeah, that could be him too.
We don't know. It's cool.
Yeah, I think his name was like Doctors or something. They called him something. I don't exactly remember what it is, but this is very good. Now, issue 4 has been delayed to March? With Mr. Miracle. So the 2 best books that we're reading have been delayed.
Right, the 2 books that we look forward to the most, I think, are being delayed. Whatever.
To March, so which sucks very much.
But then again, February is the shortest month, so
there you go.
All right, so why don't you go first? What do you give Doomsday Clock?
I would have to give it a 9.9 out of 10. This is the best issue so far. I think this is the best issue so far. We finally see Batman and Rorschach talk. We finally get to see, comedian get his payback toward Ozzy. We're going to see the 2 Watchmen characters find Joker, so Joker's going to appear. This is just setting things up, but also, I guess, I don't know how to explain it,
Well,
it's setting things up, but it's also showing things from the other issues, and it's working pretty nice.
So basically, all the things are planned. Everything is lined up. Now, the next issue should be a lot going on, just for the simple fact that everything has been set up. All the chess pieces are in place, and now it's time to really get the game going. Yeah. I'm going to give it a 9.5. I really liked it. I thought it was great. I'm looking forward to the next issue. I really enjoy it so far. And the reason I like it is because it's a good extension of the Watchmen, because they could have really went in another direction, or really, really made it cheesy. And it's actually it's like a classy book. It's really good. Yeah. It's really good.
So you got to pick this up. It's 3 issues in, and you should pick it up now. Right. All the 3 issues, definitely.
Or if you're gonna binge it, then you get the trade later. Either one, just you got to do it.
Yes, you
Definitely.
definitely have to read this.
So this is one of our most recommended, I think.
Yes, definitely recommend this book. Alright guys, this was a DC week. Not a lot of things, well, some things got delayed, and I was supposed to get like 5 things, but I only got 2 things, and which sucks. I hate when books get delayed. So guys, next week, hopefully, more stuff will be out. So guys, if you like the video, please like, comment if you got any questions, subscribe for more comic-based videos, and I'll see you in the next one.